Hello everyone and welcome to Better on the Deck, where I play games old, new, and in between, then play them again on the Steam Deck to find out is it better on the deck, and also cover topics related to the Steam Deck and deck life. So let's get on with it, shall we? Today we're going to look at Kerbal Space Program, for two reasons. One, I fucking love this game, and two, KSP2 is set to launch in early access on the 24th of February, so better get this out of the way before KSP2 takes over my life. If it's good, that is. Anyway, KSP is a physics-based space program sim developed by Squad, published by Private Division, and launched onto Steam April of 2015. However, if you're like me, you started playing well before that and have logged a few hundred hours more than what's shown on Steam. I have easily sunk well over 1,000 hours in the Kerbal Space Program. My Steam playtime is 878.8 hours and can probably safely add another 400 hours pre-Steam launch. Like, I remember playing this game when the only thing to do was to try and get your rocket into orbit, as there was no other places to go. No moon, no Minimus, nada. I don't even think Kerbin rotated at that point. It was a shell of a game compared to what it is today. To find out if Kerbal Space Program is better on the deck, I put about 15 hours mission time on the deck, docked with the K400 Plus and the Xbox One controller on a 55-inch Samsung TV while I was comfortably sat in the Mission Control Lazy Boy. And the game is unmodded. KSP runs really well on the deck. Without changing the default graphics settings, the game stayed pretty smooth. The frame rate did jump around a bit depending on what I was doing. It ranged from about 40 frames to 60 frames per second, with the average being around 50. Although even with OBS running and recording, the deck had no issues with everything that was going on. Took it like a champ. When I wasn't recording, the game of course ran much smoother with more constant and stable frame rates. The changes were not hugely noticeable. As far as controlling KSP on the deck, the keyboard controller method was my go-to, and this was easy to adjust to. If you have a full-on keyboard and mouse to hook onto the deck, then you're golden. Though if you're looking for the couch comfy experience, I'd recommend the keyboard controller route. In my situation, the K400 Plus trackpad worked just fine in the vehicle assembly bay building my creations. Right-click camera controls with the K400 trackpad are a pain in the ass, but that's where the controller shines with right-stick camera controls. The controller, of course, is the ideal method of piloting rockets, that is if you don't have a flight stick set up. Keyboard and controller pairing in this situation is just, chef's kiss. As this is an unmodded install, the graphics are what you'd expect and are about the same as they are on the PC. I did notice a few graphical hiccups here and there, but they were ones I've seen on the PC. Running the game on the deck did not come up with anything new. With the default settings on the deck, there were a few things missing, like the splashdown animation when landing in water. Exhaust plumes were also dialed down. Bear in mind, if you want KSP to look all fancy, you're gonna need help from the mod community for that. I can't speak to how the Steam Deck handles mods. Outside of Kerbal Engineer and Chatterer, I've never really used mods. I once did the whole graphical overhaul, which from what I remember needed quite a few different mods to make it work, but I could never get it to work properly. I got fed up with it and deleted them all. The way I like to enjoy Kerbal Space Program is without graphical mods anyway, but bloody hell do I get jealous sometimes when I see the screenshots other players post. Overall, Kerbal Space Program is a blast on the deck. It performs well, and being able to take it on the go is cool as hell. And I can't wait to get my hands on KSP2. I hope it's just as good as this one is. So, if you want to know what that one's like on the deck, come back in a couple of weeks, maybe I'll have something for you. Anyway, so to answer the burning question, Kerbal Space Program is better on the deck. Well, that's it. As always, thanks for watching, and if you've made it this far, you're a champ, and I love you very much. I hope to see you back for the next one. Until then, enjoy life on the deck, and take it easy, eh?